There's the steam car rolling by. All right, it is Sunday, August 28th, 2022. I'm out here at Lacy Park in San Marino for the annual San Marino Classic, which is always an amazing show. I did shoot it last year as well. I've been to the show I don't know how many times where I didn't shoot it. Like I said, they get a lot of cars that were at Pebble Beach the prior week. A lot of really amazing stuff you don't see anywhere else. So let's go check it out right now. All right, and the KTLA News is here, which means at some point while I'm filming, my mother will call me to ask me if I knew there was a car show going on today in San Marino. So that's usually how that works. So this one's actually been used in the Rose Bowl, this 1940 Lincoln. So announcements for the channel. Next week we're doing Ventura Nationals, which obviously is in Ventura. I'm still on the fence about doing the lowrider show in Las Vegas. It is going to be very hot here, which means it's going to be very hot there. It'll be hotter there. So, but that show's indoors, which is nice. So, because it's in the convention center. But I said Vegas on a holiday weekend is not the most ideal situation. So this one is a 1915 Pierce Arrow Model 48. Let's see the dual side mount spares. And we'll announce we have a new project car that will be on the channel. And I don't want to give it away too much. I will say it is a Chevrolet, and it is not a Tri-5. So maybe I'll give clues in the videos up until I post a video of the car. So no. It is a Chevrolet, but it's not a Tri-5. Oh, and it's not made out of fiberglass, so there's that as well. So don't get too excited. This one, of course, also was used at the in the Rose Parade, which is literally like 10 blocks from my house. Nice 39 Ford. I think this was here last year. And I've seen this car around. So I said, and I did have to sell something to make room for it, so I sold the yellow 73 Econoline van. So that car has a new home up in Pismo Beach now. Her van actually has a new home. So as is tradition, we always have to show you the fire engines. 67 Crown. This one was also in the Rose Parade, and it's from the San Marino Fire Department. Give you a good look here. So it's got the open cab. There's the kids floating around here. Of course, kids always love fire engines. I think adults do too. So upcoming shows, like I said, Ventura Nationals, and then we got Pomona, maybe lowrider in Las Vegas. I'm still debating. I'm kind of leaning against it because of the heat and B, the fact it's a holiday weekend. And I know coming up there's like a big show in Ontario, and I got more stuff coming up towards the end of September. This 1923 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. Not sure if this is one of the ones. I know they built some of these in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. So some of the ones that were sold here were actually assembled here. I believe this first line of cars, these were all used in the Rose Parade at some point.
Wooden wheel. With a little plug in.
There's this Stanley steamer that keeps running around. Of course, it's got a boiler under there and emits water vapor. Very nice 1919 Pierce Arrow. This Ford Model T. That's a bus. I have seen this one in the parade. And of course he does do a lot of local shows. Brass era Packard. There's actually a whole section over there of like 50s and 60s luxury. There's a few Packards over there from the 50s. So they literally get cars of all eras here.
I'm doing good. How you doing, Warren?
Yep. We understand our position, you know. We're there to serve. Yeah.
So this is an '07 Columbia. It's electric. This is truly a horseless carriage. Got the leather license plate. It's been restored. It's a 1908 Buick. This one's a Model F Touring. This is a 1909 white. It happens to be sort of like a burgundy color. False advertising. A beautiful brass era car.
We stopped at a red light, I lean over and go.
This 1910 Packard. It was a full touring car. This is a 1910 Rambler. As you can see, he started it up for the judges. The judging is already underway. He just turned it off. There's a Rambler, not American Motors Rambler, but Rambler nonetheless. Still from Kenosha. It's like way earlier than American Motors, obviously. So the 1912 EMF. So it's got canvas fenders. Look at those fenders again. Something kind of unusual. Yeah, this is a 1918 Templar.
It was built in 1917, production number 40. The investors of Templar the name Templar.
Very interesting roadster. Very nice original Pontiac Woody. This one was actually at the Woody show up in Santa Barbara a few weeks ago, which I did film. See some of the patina on this one. A lot of great Woodies. Actually, there's an entire Woody section here at this show, which I'm not sure why this one isn't over with those. Now the 1931 Ford Model A Roadster.
Merged once upon a time. I guess. Nash Rambler, remember? Yeah, I know. American Motor. Yep.
I like these ones that are all covered hard top.
1932 Nash.
And the proximity, you know. I was just saying, Arizona always. That would be what's well, I've had a commercial over there.
This is a 1933 Plymouth. So this one, I believe that was the first year of the Flathead 6, if I'm not mistaken. It's got an old Montana water transfer on the windshield there. Of course, they used that motor up until 1959. You could still get it. The Flathead 6 in a Mopar. In fact, I used to drive a 55 with a Flathead 6. So 1936 Terraplane, panel delivery. Came out of a Hudson museum, Indiana. So a lot of cars that get shipped out here for Monterey Car Week, they take an extra week, come here under Southern California, and so I guess this might be one of those that was up at one of the shows up there. Look at that speedometer.
All right, nice car.
This is a 33 Chevy. I will say the Chevy I just got is nowhere near this old. So that's probably another hint, I suppose. I guess you could have guessed that, but...
Yeah, there you go. Got anybody need to get rubbed out? Yeah. For hire.
He's got the manual. Original straight 6.
What's new with you guys?
1939 Graham Shark Nose. This was here last year, I believe, as well. At least there was a couple of these here last year for sure. This might have been one of them. You can imagine it's drawing quite a crowd.
Go down the hill towards.
So 1940 Buick Super. Got the hood latch there. That's how you pop the hood. Now this one's actually getting judged, so I'll have to make way for the judges here in a second.
No.
Got the opulent back seat.
I've owned the car since.
Another Buick, a 1940 special sedan.
Oh, that's John Larson's car.
Good every year.
This one's got an under dash air conditioning. Of course, it's added much later. 1937 Buick Century Coupe. It's got little jump seats in the back there. I don't know if it's going to come through. I always like to point out when there's special features on these cars. There's an 84 Zimmer, which these were based on a Fox body Mustang. See, it's got Volkswagen Beetle turn signals. I believe some of these were also on a, this is definitely a Fox body Mustang, you can tell by the dashboard. Of course, that's got Recaro seats. They also, I believe the later ones were on a Nissan Z-Car chassis. It's a 1964 Olds Starfire. It's got the bucket seats and a console. This one's got a 394.
Did they make this in a Packard also?
A 64 Studebaker Daytona Convertible.
I have it.
I love these nice orphan cars.
Okay, let's take all the stuff out of the trunk.
Well, no, in fact, I've never actually owned a Studebaker. A 63 Studebaker Avanti. And if you like Studebakers, check out, I did a Studebaker show, was it like a year ago? Over a year ago, down in Anaheim. This entire show of Studebakers. There were some non-Studebakers, but the majority of it was Studebakers. I'm sure we'll see some of these when we go out for casual concours in Palm Springs come October, which I am driving my Pacer out for. So 63 Studebaker Hawk GT, 289 Studebaker motor. So with a 4-speed. And it's got newer under dash air.
I use this all the time.
Well, but the 53, the first year,
Kind of a neat license plate as well. There's a 1954 Kaiser Darren. Those are always a showstopper.
Yeah, the collection.
These, of course, have the doors that slide in into the fenders. I've seen this one. I believe this was at the Beverly Hills Franklin Canyon show. I bet it's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I shot that show, but I believe this car was there.
Nobody got to see them because they were in
I've seen this car somewhere before.
Right up there.
1952 Muntz Jet with a Lincoln V8 and aftermarket intake manifold with 2 carburetors. Of course, these were done by Mad Muntz, who did the 8 tracks. Check out the tape player in there.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Are you a horrible friend?
No.
I promise I didn't touch.
No,
A year flew by.
You did.
The 61 Willis Jeep. Nicely restored.
Some people are already made up.
There's a 59 BMW Isetta. I actually used to have a 57 myself. I wish I still had because the prices went crazy since. I do have to start short clipping because the music is coming through pretty strong now.
That's right, buddy.
This one is actually a BMW 600. This one has the back seat. They're a lot rarer than the regular Isettas. This has a door that swings open on the side for the side passengers. Or sorry, for the rear passengers. And a way more accessible motor.
Thank you.
There's a 57 Isetta. This was actually owned by a friend of mine who I hadn't talked to in a very long time. He actually called me out of the blue the other day and said he was going to be at the show. So I said I'd be here too. Got some more BMWs to show you. Like this 2002. This one has the optional sunroof.
Why do you want to do that? You did it.
This one's a BMW 1800 Cabriolet. Or sorry, a 1600, I guess. It said 1800 on the plaque. This one's a 70 BMW 2800 CS E9 Coupe. A 73 BMW 3.0 CS. A5 M535i, something you'd see at Radwood. With the BBS wheels. This one's an 85 B7 Turbo BMW.
That was the one Joseph had going.
So 75 2002. This one's got the movable top back there. Right-hand drive. 74 2002. It's a very orange 2002. So it's got a roll cage and it's ready for racing. A very clean, more stock looking 2002. I remember these were cheap cars and they weren't really that collectible. It's probably about 30 years ago. I had friends that were into these because they could pick them up for cheap. Not anymore. Very nice 3.0 CS. Can't really get in there because he's got his doors and all the stuff piled around there and it's up against the trees, but you get an idea what's going on. It's a 49 Volkswagen Hepmuller. Of course, these were, you got the semaphores right there. For the first of the Volkswagens that are officially imported to the United States.
Yeah, I think 68s are even more defined, right?
Yeah, 68.
You look around here.
Why do you even?
Yeah, because it comes down and it's pretty square.
Oh, almost clear.
The 62 Beetle, it's very similar to the 65 my stepfather just got, which will be hopefully making an appearance on the channel eventually.
We don't
No.
They already got it running for them.
Yeah, but the
1964 Carmen
what I love
Ghia.
is the push button, which they got rid of because they're horrible.
With the picnic kit back there.
I love that. It's like the American cars with the push button transmission, right? Yeah. I'm glad. Especially the
64 Cabriolet.
The flips off. Yeah. But
There's a 67 convertible. Of course, this is like a one-year-only deal. A lot of stuff is very unique to the 67. It was the first year it didn't have the glass overlays on the headlights.
1700 and then my dad had it.
So they're very collectible since the lot was unique to them. And a 68.
The color is Savannah beige, and then the board for them, they had black. My cousin had one.
And she says, me, I said, no.
And getting into the Super Beetle era, here's a 72 model. This one still has the flatter windshield before they went to the more wraparound style. So they got a whole gathering of Woody type vehicles, such as this 34 Morris. And of course they have some more traditional Woodies we'll be getting to. So it looks like it's out of New Zealand originally.
And that way, we can, I can post that or send that to the kids, and we'll do that occasionally.
So 39 Ford Deluxe Woody wagon, the original flathead. So if you really like Woodies, check out the Woody show that was in Santa Barbara a few weeks ago on my channel. Lots of amazing cars at that show as well.
But maybe it's not noticeable.
So this 1948 Oldsmobile. This car's out of Maryland. So you do get a lot of cars that were shipped out here at this show.
take the plate off every time.
You're looking here, this is a 48. I saw that nicely patinaed Pontiac Woody. Well, there's another one. This one's a 47 model.
They actually have their own concourse.
Big 8-cylinder in line.
They actually do their own award ceremony. And then new this year, they're in the corner now. Need some oil? They're open up. Stay off.
This guy's ready to go fishing. He's got his tackle box, his thermos, and his vintage Coleman cooler. '32 Ford Woody.
Always aspired to Porsches.
There's the steam car again.
Sorry for all that.
But that's
Of course, that's Chip Foose.
How you been,
Chip okay? Good.
Well, they're still judging Chip Foose's car, so we'll get to that when we can. For now, we'll show you the more of these amazing hot rods that are here. This one from Moon Eyes.
Oh, it doesn't? No.
So it's just higher.
Let's go check some stuff out.
Well, that's, well.
I think I might have been. You know what? Let me call Tom. His guy. I bet Tom.
This 32 Ford actually belongs to Bruce Meyer, who's a very well-known collector. I think last time I shot this, we also got a shot of Chip Foose. All right, now that the crowd has dissipated, I can bring you Chip Foose's 32 with the 12-cylinder Lincoln flathead.
That's where you took
His father.
That old school Edelbrock 2-carb manifold.
Yeah, I've driven white. I got one.
Very World War II aircraft inspired windshield. Check out the seats. It's a very traditional 32. Vintage speed parts. It's got that manifold on there. The aircraft seat belts. The vintage timing plaques on the dash. The 32 Coupe. If you like this sort of thing, you should check out the LA Roadster show video on the channel. Now we've seen this Coupe at several shows. Like I said, the attention to detail on this one is very high. Our traditional Roadster. This one's ready for dry lakes racing. A very traditional 32. Now this one was actually made into a Hot Wheels with the Buick Power. If you haven't checked it out, I did a show, the Hot Wheels show, a few weeks ago in El Segundo. It's like a competition to see whose car gets made as a Hot Wheels. So that video is up on the channel. bit of more modern style hot rod with a big block Chevy. Small block Ford powered. It's an early Hemi powered 32. It's very bright orange. Lots of nice detail on this car as well.
Hey, what's happening, David? See you. Good to see you. It runs well too, not just look.
If you want rear, how about a 63 Corvette Grand Sport?
You're looking good.
Oh, this one's I believe not a real one, but tell by the engine's a bit of a. So it's got a more modern power plant than what it would have been originally in there.
Oh, really?
So very nicely done car. Nice 61 Vet. Guess I could roll right in since they're doing announcements. Here, there's 58. This one's got automatic transmission, which is kind of rare in those years. 58, of course, had the extra chrome on the deck lid and the faux louvers on the hood there.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Yeah.
Another 58. It's 1957 Fuelie, the factory fuel injection.
That is what I'm talking about.
67 Big Block Roadster, 427.
The Chevy store is no longer there.
Actually, this is not the one I see at a lot of local shows. So I'm not sure what which 427 it has. No, the other one we always see has the 400 horse variety. 454 Big Block Stingray.
Somebody's got it.
1966 Corvette, 27, 425 horse.
Well, Dave, I located the owner of this 62 Plymouth Belvedere that I was talking about. I love this car because it's just so understated.
It is. And then, yeah, that's a cool color, but in 67 is just like.
There's a 66 427 Roadster. It's another 67 Big Block Roadster, similar to one we just saw. You can actually see that car's off in the distance, so you know I'm not showing you the same car twice. Another 67. This one's a coupe. Tri-power.
really nice car.
Oh, that's the one that's a Caucasian? Yeah. I thought that was the Dan.
Yep, that's a Tucker, 1948.
And I don't think it was terribly expensive. No, it wasn't.
First they made like less than 50 of these.
Are they showing the motor?
These were rear-engined. So 48 Packard.
Well, it doesn't smell like
Oh, look at the way
So it's 56 Caddy Fleetwood. Brought his own Bluetooth speaker he shoved under the hood. So this one's got the factory air conditioning.
That's the way to get a good car.
1956 Lincoln Premier two-door hardtop. Actually, I have one of these that belonged to my father that I'm hoping to get back on the road, hopefully this year.
Oh no, we'll take. Oh, they'll like the place.
It's in about this condition.
And it was like, oh, there.
It's a 55 Chrysler New Yorker, two-door hardtop St. Regis. It's got the transmission lever on the dashboard. Sort of a unique place to put that. It's a 53 Lincoln Custom Durham. So very customized. See, it's got the fabric on the top there. Have a look inside. There's custom gauges. And a Continental kit.
trying to locate some owners of these rolling classics. All right, I found it.
Nice 56 Mercury Montclair
Signs all the way through.
with the original Y block.
Look it up.
Of course, the 57 Bel Air two-door hardtop.
Then I went back to the
This will be a nut and bolt restoration on this one. Nice 49 Cadillac. Series 62 with the Kelsey Hayes wheels. There's a 49 Caddy Sedanette.
I remember that. I just if it's not big on the side,
easy, you know. Oh, yeah.
But exercise is good.
48 Chrysler New Yorker Coupe. So we're still in the American luxury section.
Well, you know, have some shade.
There's a seriously rare one. This is a 59 Impala Convertible. Factory fuel injected car. It was available. Not a common option, obviously. Obviously, this one's a gorgeous restoration.
No placard.
I don't think they've done it yet. They shouldn't be.
Of course, those cat eye taillights. Look at all the 59 Chevrolet promotional materials he has.
She's over at the car. Move over to the car.
Going back to that one.
I know. I'm like.
It's 1960 Ford Starliner. I guess I could just roll in here. I gotta pick up the pace here. I've already been here several hours. Very nice 57 Thunderbird. 312 Y block.
When they came out with it in later years, with the little side.
So I just brought in my buddy Brandon. This is actually his, I think him and his father own this 57 Eldorado Baritz. And of course I have a 56 that used to belong to my father, which is still stored out in Palm Springs. This one looks to be in better shape than the one I have, even though mine's pretty nice as well. It's a 64 Continental Convertible.
I have a new motor from Charlotte.
And I inherited it as a downy.
Very clean 57 Bel Air 4-door hardtop.
What? Yeah. The Utopia. Oh, sure. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, me too. Yeah, I mean, that was our first experience.
Very rare 57 Thunderbird. The supercharger.
I had one of these.
You had one?
I had a Cutlass, yeah.
But she owned all the goods, and she...
It's a clean 71 Olds Cutlass.
I know, but it's funny.
350.
I got a couple.
Nice bucket seats and a console.
And let's see if we can head over to where these classic Mercedes-Benzes are and see if people can still hear us. I'm heading over to, oh my gosh, there's sort of a candy store.
It's a 56 Lincoln Premier Convertible. We saw the two-door hardtop earlier. And a bit of a funny story. My father had a hardtop and a convertible, but he always preferred the hardtop, which was his favorite car. He always said it was his favorite car he ever owned was the 56 hardtop, which is why I held on to it. Told me never to sell that car unless I had to, so I've been able to hang on to it. Very nice 1950 Oldsmobile. This guy actually has a little thing on his dash that he won an award. So I'm going to try to get these shot hopefully before they start lining the cars up for the awards. All right, so they had a film crew all over that, it's like a 72 Mark IV Lincoln. So I think they're still filming over there. So I'll get this Cadillac Brome. It's a 59. And these were very limited production. I believe it was like 201 cars or something like that. And a couple of them fell off the dock. And they were, of course, coach built in Italy. Not your normal 59 Cadillac. You can see it had some styling cues of some of the early 60s models.
Well, it's got a red interior too.
Okay, so I guess they're done filming the Continental, so I can film it now. This one's a 72. I had a 73 back in my Navy days that I drove from Chicago to Virginia back when gas was under $1. That 460. 1958 Ford Fairlane Skyliner. Of course, there's the crack in the roof. You know what that's for? I assume if you watch the channel, you know why it's got that? Because it's a convertible.
Or AAA, as a lot of people call it.
So it's got the Continental kit, just in case the car is not long enough.
No, that was a business in Pasadena owned by a gentleman by the name of Art.
And it's got the under dash air. So a very loaded car. Of course, pair of spotlights. Roll into this 62 Olds.
Well, Alice, this is a cool car. Thanks for bringing it out here. You know, you obviously are an enthusiast. Carrying on the.
So 62 Grand Prix. It's got the 8-lug wheels.
But you've been busy because not only do you have
The vacuum gauge on the
you had the grand
console.
opening of the new Mercedes-Benz Classic Center. So I guess for the uninitiated, why is there a new Mercedes-Benz Classic?
Clean 64 Electra 225 Buick. I may have to start speeding up a bit. Looking at the time. So I'll roll right into this early Buick Riviera. This one's a Grand Sport.
Retrieve cars far easier. It's a big difference, you know. Often if we had to get a car out in Irvine, it was narrow.
I will remind you, last time I checked, I think we were about 160 subs away from hitting 10,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do so, as it does help us out.
First visitors, now you're on Lakewood Boulevard. You're
And here's some of these Lincolns.
So we process all the new cars through that facility.
So it's a 68 Mercury Park Lane. My dad had always wanted a 68 convertible Mercury.
Well, very good.
And never had one. I think he had a 2 hardtop back when they were new.
And we just need to thank you. Now, I was looking earlier.
In fact, later on we had a 68 Country Squire, or Colony Park. Sorry, Colony Park, not a Country Squire. That's a Ford.
Event after event after event, you had a spectacular.
A 68 Colony Park wagon.
You had the mayor's office out.
Fire engine red.
I know a lot of the Mercedes enthusiasts were there. I was so happy to be there. And
a 69 Fleetwood.
You can see it on the ABC7 website. Michael Blue's website. Michael, what do you think about the compatibility of some of the Mercedes?
I always like the interior on these.
Classic cars separately. They really have no connection to
There's
a car.
a 58 Squarebird.
And for them, it's the 80s. Of course, older people like ourselves, we look at that and go, well, that's kind of like a used car, right? No, but it is for a younger generation a classic car, and it's one that a market that we need to develop. But just look at the success of shows like Radwood. You know, if you find that on the curb, I know one of your guys used to have a beautiful.
This is 76 Monte Carlo. This is owned by Chris Green. Actually, I ran into him earlier. It's got the 8-track on the seat.
Those are great cars. They really were the staple of the brand and the first sporting cars for the brand. Prior to that, we were primarily known, especially in the United States, as a diesel car company. And the 2316 is a good example of how we went into the sporting world. Well, very good. Michael Coons, General Manager of the Mercedes-Benz Classic Center, the brand new Mercedes-Benz Classic Center, now located in Long Beach. So,
There's 54 Packard Convertible.
But it's unlike, you know, a lot of times I think people might think that ESO Revolta is the big ESO, you know, the old rolling classic. But that was a different era. This is now in the 60s. And
Packard Woody, this one's a 49.
And this is a great car. So it isn't like you take this out occasionally. You take it out quite a bit, don't you? Yeah. Put 50,000. Well, you're having fun with it. Are you the second owner?
Nice 54 Packard limousine.
Beautiful paint job. Well, I tell you, you bought right with the paint job. You really did, because I mean, and you to keep a car like this takes a certain sort of.
This one's a 52 Packard Convertible. I'll just kind of get through here. Like I said, I'm running a little behind. Nice 56. It's 1930 Auburn.
Look how cool this one is with the top flipped up.
Yeah, some of these older luxury cars like this LaSalle, it's a 1930 model, are a bit hard to film. There's usually a crowd around it, so we'll get what we can. There's a bit of a time crunch. This is a 1929 Ruxton. It's a 1929 Duesenberg.
That's why it was like.
This is the epitome of opulence back in that era.
You got 100 horsepower in that.
There's a 29 Duesenberg.
Big time, which you don't. So I'm not knocking a car I don't know myself, okay? But you know, cars, they were never known. They were known to be more light. And Porsche was always a big proponent of building light cars. Therefore, you needed less brake,
This one
less
McFarlane.
engine. The American approach.
This one just came from Pebble Beach.
Don't worry about weight so much. Put a bigger V8 in it, and it was
A Packard.
two different philosophies. So, well, Ted, thanks a lot for spending time with me. I love this little car. I mean, this is a great example of a '60s Italian car. Other than an Alfa or a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
It's 1930 Duesenberg. Actually, I saw Jay Leno walking around earlier, and of course he has many Duesenbergs. Of course, whenever he is around, there's usually a large crowd. So here. This one is an Auburn.
Catherine Barton here, and she's a car aficionado. She was with us last night.
1931.
Symphony of Cars Gala.
Another Packard. So they just put a note on his windshield there that he has won an award with this car.
No, I don't think my name's even in there. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, but no big deal.
It's a 1937 Cadillac. They said they're going to start doing awards pretty soon, so I really do need to speed this up. This is the thing for getting chauffeured around, this Rolls-Royce.
You know that.
So you got the top head back there.
Oh, sorry. The original Triumph motor car.
1928 Rolls-Royce, looks to be very original.
Really something. This one's got an LS6 in it. And there's Joe Salvo from Newport Beach is standing in it.
It's a Maybach Zeppelin.
Oh, minor detail. Yeah.
I had to say hello.
I wanted to show you the engine on the Maybach. I couldn't get a full walk around because the owner's sitting right behind the car, so I'm going to get you into this 38 Packard. You can imagine these sort of cars draw a lot of attention.
So where did you find this?
Another Packard. It's a 36. With the golf club door. That's where you stow your golf clubs when you head to the country club.
You adopted this car, okay? I bought a car from a 94-year-old guy. And
32 Packard.
it wasn't about the money. It's like I tell people, it wasn't about the money that you can get in this car. It was to get you sports cars back to Vegas. Sit on it, bring it around.
39 Packard.
Oh yeah, I went up there. I go up there, and I went to.
And I saw you out in the cars.
But this is fun. This is awesome too. We got guys like Aaron Slice.
Packard Phaeton.
One is the lady. I didn't see the other two. I'm gonna have to find
1937 Bentley.
Who can afford any of these cars?
1936 Tatra.
Those cars.
And of course, these are air cooled in the back.
I've got some cars now that I couldn't afford to buy.
So of course, a rear-mounted engine that's air cooled. Some say Volkswagen was inspired by these.
Hopefully next year they're going to do that. That's a lot of keister in there. Well, Jawa has it too, but only one.
Swallow. It's 1939 Packard. This interesting top with the almost glass up top, I guess, for letting the sun in a little bit more. Most cars come with a sunshade to kind of prevent that. There's this Cadillac.
Meaning it looks the era. You see that on a number of these cars here.
Yeah, way better, huh? Yeah. How this design this time.
Give you a good idea of what's here. It's a 32 Chrysler.
And there's a, I've interviewed people related to that.
Very original looking 38 Packard. 25 Rolls. Right, this Lincoln Continental. Push button door handles. Or should I say door release? It's not really a handle. A 1941 Cadillac. How about a Bugatti? This one's a 38. Oh, they're starting the music again. '48 Jaguar.
Keep walking down.
1940 Mercedes-Benz 320 Cabriolet barn find. This is exactly how he found it.
Anyway, nice talking.
I guess it was in New Mexico. All right, so I'm going to short clip my way through the muscle cars, starting with this 69 Shelby GT500 Mustang. I was really hoping they were going to do announcements for the rest of the day. So 73 Duster 340. I believe the Mopar Fall Fling is coming up in, I don't know, next couple months, isn't it? I believe so. I usually like to hit that one and invite the AMC club out. Nice early Mustang. The 62 Plymouth Belvedere Super Stock with the Max Wedge 413 and the cross rams. Of course, the 62 Plymouth was a very interesting looking car. I used to have a station wagon version of this, of course, with just a 318 poly though. The 67 Chevy Impala 396 car.
Nice.
1969 AMC AMX. We've seen this guy around before. In fact, he brought this out to the Pasadena City Hall, the Pasadena Police Department show. So 64 Ford Galaxy 427 factory drag race car. Like the lightweight front end and the bulge in the hood. Buckets in 4-speed. I don't know whose brilliant idea was to play a Summer's Place at a car show. That just doesn't really work. 71 Dodge Challenger RT. This one's the 340 variety. The 66 Mustang GT with the Hypo 289. This one has a 4-speed.
No, that was
The 66 Charger, the 440. '68 Charger RT Hemi car. Now we see this one a lot of local shows. It's always a crowd pleaser. So 65 Pontiac GTO 389 tri-power and a 4-speed. 66 Mustang GT 350. The 66 Mustang Convertible. It's a 69 Mercury Cougar with a Cobra Jet 428 in there. And a 4-speed.
I can't remember where.
There's a 70 Chevelle SS 454 LS6. That is the big one, the 450 horse. Very desirable car, especially with a 4-speed. A 67 Chevy Chevelle SS 396, 325 horse. The 1964 ESO Revolta. There's a little crowded, so it's kind of hard to shoot. There's a 1967 Bizzarini, a very Italian sports car.
Is this your puppy dog?
57 Alfa Romeo.
That style.
A 65 ESO Revolta. They're a beautiful Alfa Romeo. Clean Alfa.
What's that bad?
61 Maserati. '73 Maserati. There's a 58 Fiat Abarth. It's an ESO Grifo. It's a Ghia, 1963.
The last thing I remember, Doc, I started to swerve, and then I saw the Jag slide into the curve.
A 65 Fiat Dino Spider. Fiat 850 Familiare van. one's a 72 Alpha. I've never seen one like this before.
Like 5 guys out there.
So a couple of these Lamborghini Espadas. There's a few of these here. It's an 82 Lamborghini Countach. The real thing. White with white interior. In case you spill something white on it, if you know what I mean. '91 Diablo. The 75 Lamborghini. The vintage Ferrari. There's actually a lot of new Ferraris for some reason, but this is one of the only vintage ones here. Jaguar XK120. My dad used to be into these many, many years ago. And a common story, my mother made him sell them before the prices went crazy on them. Naturally. There's some of these beautiful Jaguars. So XK140 Coupe. XK140 Roadster. It's a McLaren. Of course, they got some really nice E-Type Jaguars. It's got like a metal flake. It's 1949 Bentley. It's 1949 Citroen. For the French car fans.
Something. Yeah. What's cool is that they light up.
It's got a setup on this 72 Rolls-Royce, so you can have your tea and your scotch, your martini, shaken, not stirred. So you get chauffeured around the English countryside with a cell phone antenna, for those who remember those. So it was 1964 Ferrari. A 1971 Ferrari Daytona Roadster. The 67 Ferrari 330 GTS. You see, I'm not as well versed on the exotic type stuff. Yeah, a few fly yellow Ferraris like this 89 F40. That was a 67 Ferrari. Okay, according to the information sheet, this is the Magnum PI model. I don't know if it's the car from Magnum PI or he's just referring it to it as a Magnum PI car. So who knows? It might be the car. So it may or may not be the car from Magnum PI. The 67 Ferrari California Spider.
2 or 3 days later, they sent
This one's for all the Ferris Bueller fans. Of course, the one in the movie was actually a replica. It was a 64 Ferrari 330 GT. I'll walk through some more of these vintage Ferraris, such as this Daytona. So they are about to get ready to line up the winning cars for the awards. So I still have not hit the Porsche or the vintage Japanese section. I think there might be another section I haven't hit yet. Couple Dinos. All right, it's almost 1 o'clock, so they're starting to line up the cars here for the awards. But I'll walk you through the Porsche section. Like I said, we're gonna have to shoot the rest of this more of like a walk around style. I think this is far enough from the music where we're okay, copyright wise, to not have to short clip it. But it's a nice 914. This is actually the 6-cylinder variety. Very nice 65.
I did a dyno pull right before.
It's always kind of a nice little area if they put you in this area for the show, because there is a lot of shade. So 57 Speedster with a top on it. It looks like he uses it for vintage racing. See, it's got the it's like some sort of removable top on that one.
I was pulling 75 and 80 for 8 hours a day. On acoustic. No. Yes,
And one thing that's nice is the Pasadena Aquatic Center is handing out cold water bottles. So I've actually had a couple of those to stay hydrated today. So it's a really nice touch. Look at these 911s. So it was very easy to stay hydrated for this show. I'm very glad we're not getting the weather that we're expected to get next week, because next week it would have been triple digits. It's already hot enough here. So it's actually a 912. Isn't that the one where they got in trouble because there was a Peugeot with the same 912, or I can't remember. I'm sure somebody knows something about that. So there's 81 924 turbo. Remember those bras you used to get for the car? I had one for my Trans Am many years ago. And of course dirt would get collected underneath it. See, we got the little panel that goes across that says turbo. You had to relocate the license plate. $914. This one is a 6-cylinder.
The last 6 years, he had no clue. It was quite. He was started calling me the family attorney.
So 46 Hudson pickup. So I don't think we have much more, but they are lining them up. Ones that won the awards. Nice Ford stake bed. It's a 47 model. There's a flathead. This cab over. This guy's pretty local. I see him at a lot of local shows. It's full custom cab over. A Chevy 454 SS. These come out like early 90s. 1990 model. That was a big deal when that came out. Nice 55 Chevy. There's a 56 Nomad. Yeah, 55 two-door wagon.
Which is like by Cuomo, and then this guy.
Fiat Multipla.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Look at that. There's extra pedals there and all this going on.
and sometimes you get them confused.
Oh, it's weird. No, I like.
I guess this 280ZX is one of the winners in his Japanese class. This is Isuzu Turbo. That's something you'd see at Radwood. About a three-wheel Mazda. Guessing that was brought over from Japan. On Land Rover.
I told him I would buy it on the spot, and he's like, well, how you going to give it back? Yeah, like, that's a shop right there. Oh, yeah.
Nice Volvo.
And he's got the Ape also. This is very interesting.
Did you see me an order over
There's a really nice 89 Camaro IROC. The GT40.
We actually had that show coming up in December with John Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Toy Drive, charity Toy Drive, and it's at Mission Hill, December 18th.
There's a DeLorean. Always got sports almanac. I thought we were going to have the first DeLorean that didn't have any Back to the Future memorabilia displayed with it. But there is definitely a sports almanac in there.
Is this kind of a movie with Terry Thomas?
Aston Martin Lagonda says it's an 87. One of the more interesting cars of that decade for sure. The sunroof, but only for the rear passengers. These are actually getting collectible. This is a 1994 Mazda Miata. It's in very nice condition. I tried to drive one of these once. It didn't go well. They're not made for big dudes, that's for sure. A little Triumph TRT 50. I'll come up here and show you this Morgan up here. See, this is the other British sports car section, the non-Jaguar ones. Nice little Austin Hill.
Tiger, the green, the first one, he's going out first. Okay, then they'll come in.
Little bug eye.
Right behind him. Okay, so he's going out right there. Okay, you know he's second, and you know the first. Got him in order.
Yes, he won an award with the Sunbeam. It's a load of 7 for all the fans of The Prisoner. Part of my audience should get that. You know what I'm talking about.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And a bunch of Morgans here. It's another 7. So he must have won an award as well. Mazda. Putting this guy in position to get his award as well. Go Honda Coupe, 1967. Looks like the guy of the month's Jet won an award as well. Clean Corolla. I'm just going to do a quick walk around the rest, and then we have the Mercedes-Benz section after this. Z-Car. Very clean Celica Supra. Had a friend in high school that had one of the same color. See this guy, I think he goes to Radwood with it. Z-Car. Acura Legend. Toyota Sierra. This is a GDM car. Right-hand drive with the golden doors. This bubble roof.
I looked at it 20 years. Yeah, nice to meet you.
And I'll show you some of these Mercedes-Benz cars. This is this SL Gullwing.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I can.
It's my
No, I know how to do it.
I actually have it's like 2 or 3 more Gullwings here in this line. Yeah, they're doing the awards right now, so I'm going to wrap up. Wrap up the Mercedes-Benz area.
Long ago.
Yeah, I think that was the first game.
Nice 300 SL Roadster.
When you pull out, Jeff, just file
I really like putting him in line for the award.
Show who's the boss.
Another 300 SL Roadster.
By about a century, literally. Congratulations, Mark. I've been limited.
He's polishing his car.
Thank you so much.
Mark, can you light that?
First time I've ever seen one fire.
Yeah,
I can't get nothing looking.
you can fire up the tires. That's what somebody told me. They said, you don't.
Very good. It's a 1911
Mercedes
Rambler,
pontoon
Model
sedan.
65, owned by Janice and Joe Conzanieri, local residents here in San Marino. What a cool car.
Look at that. Boy, they must have come through here earlier and handed out dollar bills to everybody. The response they're getting.
And they're also getting the Chairman's Award. Make sure they have both of them.
There's a later SL, so 190.
We saw that car last
1956.
night. That is one heck of an automobile.
We smelled this car last night.
Another 190.
I love that thing.
The 40 Deluxe Roadster. Yeah, look at that. Owned by Michael Kyle.
Over that. That is pretty cute.
Yeah, Michael Kyle. There you go. Sorry.
It's a bit of a race car.
This was considered a modern car. It replaced the Model T. It had all the conveniences.
Yeah, the Model A.
This limousine.
They punched out a number of these things. Of course, the next year they have the V8 motor in 32. Second place in this category is a 1936 Terraplane Series 62 Custom Brome, owned by
A diesel limousine.
This is a unique model.
Nice coupe.
There's the trophy, Frank.
Yeah,
SL going.
a name that people know today, but they built a lot of cars back in the day.
And they tried with the name of the airline, but it didn't fly.
The big Mercedes 600 limousine.
Owned by Gary Marchetti.
With the curtains. Some, I believe, hydraulic windows, power windows. These are the ones like the heads of state used to ride in.
Yeah, I see that. Very subtle color. Beautiful color.
He didn't know how to get it. Sorry, what's it?
Our new car. And has a little
Mercedes sedan.
motorcycle engine in it. That's a beauty.
Hold the trophy up.
All right, that's going to wrap things up here at Lacy Park in San Marino for the 2022 San Marino Classic. Lots of great cars here. Stuff starting to leave or get lined up for awards, depending on whether or not they won or not. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. I think we're about 160 away from that. We got a lot of other great videos coming up for you. Next week, I'm off to the Ventura Nationals. Maybe the Leroy Show in Las Vegas. I don't know yet. Weekend after that is Long Beach Swap Meet, and I got a lot of other great car shows coming up for you to watch. So until next time, I'll be seeing you.